welcome to the Great Modron March. A little late, but better than never. We have Ted's in
I'm in Philadelphia.
Philly. There's no internet there. It's crazy. Um, Welcome. We're a 5e Internet Does the Dragons podcast, and we're playing through the old second edition module, Great Modron March. It's super fun. My name is Jordan, but let's go around and meet our players. We're going to start off with Lex. Who are you? Who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Lex. I'm playing Shifter, the Illusionist Wizard.
And then we will go down the line with LB. Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm LB Hackamup, and I'm playing Siren, the Assassin Rogue.
And then we'll go over to Rachel. Rachel, who are you playing besides Danny
Hi.
Phantom?
Besides Danny Phantom. Hi, I'm Rachel. Rachel is with the Z107S, and I am playing Nyx, the Barbarian.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Ted, who are you playing on your channel?
I am playing Lagwyn, the Blade Singer Wizard.
And of course, I am Jordan with a silent PH in the middle. I'm YouTube's Jordan with a silent PH in the middle. And we're going to jump right into it as I am the Dungeon Master. 2 weeks ago, because there was a day involving turkey, we played a game. And our players had... This was a weird game for Dungeon Master Jordan. Our players went to go thwart some crazy people, cultists that were vivisecting Modrons and attaching their arms and what have you to other humanoids. The person doing this is a centaur type of lady, but more of a goat. And her name was Yissa Nyclair. Now, Yissa has been experimenting on Modrons, tearing them apart. The interesting thing is that when you kill a Modron, they burst into some kind of weird energy. There's no parts left behind. And then a new Modron materializes back at Mechanus. So in order for her to do this, she has to keep the Modrons alive so that the arm parts don't vanish off of the person they're attached to. Lots of crazy things on meat hooks, and our players decided to side with her and strike a bargain. So she's been experimenting on Modrons, tearing them apart. She is working with, this is Yissa. Yissa is working with or running a cultish group known as the T'Charum. Our players made a bargain that they would report back to Yissa with information on what the Modrons are looking for, because she believes that Primus, who is the head of the Modrons, the top of the Modron chain, might be attempting to become a true deity. She wanted to implant some magical worms or something into the heads of the players to ensure that their bargain was honored, but the party declined. And they came back with a new exchange that said they would like to be rewarded with information when they provide the correct information in exchange for money or magical items. Then the party left and they went to the town of Tradegate, which is the gate town in the Outer Plains not the Outer Plains, in the Outlands to Bytopia. While there, this is a big city full of lots of bazaars and various shops and things like that. And they were ambushed on the street by some evil-looking people. You took out all of them, and when they were taken out, when they died, the people flopped down and turned into ash and kind of just dissipated. But one of them, you polymorphed into a turtle. And I believe we left off with the party trying to find a safe place to interrogate said turtle. You're on the street. There's not a lot of people looking at you. Shifter has a turtle in his hand. Where do you guys want to go?
Should we go back to one of our rooms?
Yes, I think that would be best.
Yes.
Because in my experience, interrogating in public is frowned upon.
Is that the bar or the tavern that we were staying at? It's pretty raucous, isn't it?
I think so. I'm trying to remember.
So Shifter's gonna be like, well, although I can't remember the name of the place. The inn we were staying at was quite raucous. They probably won't hear any screaming downstairs. I think that'll mask it quite well.
The Dragon Sun Pub.
There we go. Dragon
We
Sun
still
Pub.
haven't met
Yay, no.
the benefactor. I
True.
hope we do. They can
Um,
sign our Mimir.
Yeah. Hey, you're. You guys. Yeah. If that's what you want to do, it's kind of like midday, I assume. Actually, I don't know. I would say it's like midday. The city is busy though. There are no signs of Modrons, and I'm trying to remember if they had already gone or if you had not checked on that.
I think they had already gone. I'm pretty
They
sure
had
that was the conversation we had.
Yeah. So, you take a turtle. You rush into. You take a furry turtle on your lap. You pet it. It's got a tail. You pick it up. You move back. You put it over your shoulder. You pat it. You show it to the camera. Just a nice furry turtle. It meows. It's happy. It's a weird, happy meowing turtle. So then you go back. You guys can go to one of the rooms that you had. I'm just curious what's the plan of attack for this? I guess you guys are all in a room together. I'll set the scene. You're all in a room together. You have a turtle.
We're all
There's probably
standing
a
in
bed or
circle around the
two, some
turtle.
chairs. What do you want to do?
Well, how do you want to handle this shifter? Or
Mm,
Nix, I guess. Lagwyn, do you have any desire to interrogate?
No. I'll just go on with whatever everybody says we should do.
Wait, Lagwyn, you know that we want your input. It's important to us. And then Shifter looks at Siren and just gives a big thumbs up. And then looks back, says, "But before we do this, there was a question I had for you, Lagwyn.
Yes.
These people seemed specifically upset at you. Do you have any reason why that would be?"
Well, I am the chosen one.
Oh, that's
Oh, Lord.
of course. I've forgotten.
Well, they did make a point about the blade that I wield, so perhaps it's... I don't recall there being any sort of, like, order that was against sun blades. I don't know.
Where did you get your blade from?
It's a long story, and we only have limited time on this polymorph, so we should probably do that. But I used to own a shop. Everyone knows this. I traded in
Right.
things of items of various power, and this was one thing that I kept for myself. It's actually the only thing that I ended up keeping. Which has another funny story as to why that happened, but that's also for another time. I mean, unless you really want me to talk about it now, then I guess I could.
No. My question would be: Is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone, if that's what you're
Right,
asking.
right. Is there a?
No.
past
This
that we
was this was acquired. Everything was above board on this acquisition. So,
Good.
I mean, again, I jest about this whole chosen one thing because I find it quite amusing. But the people in Candlekeep seemed to believe it, pretty seriously. So, if there's something tied to that, or maybe they just didn't like me, I don't know. I don't think I come out as all overtly unlikable, but maybe I do. I don't know. I don't know Bitopia's rules.
I mean, I think worst case, you come off as just kind of milquetoast. But I wouldn't
Listen, I'll take
qualify you as
milquetoast.
unlikable at all. No,
Well, I mean, perhaps there's something here. I don't really. Does anyone know the rules of Tradegate? If there's any specific, like, don't wear your hair a certain way or something that I did that I pissed these people off.
don't carry sunblades.
This turns out it's the only rule in Tradegate. So yeah, I really have no reason to think why they would be against me specifically, but I mean, I'm being curious to find out.
Also, last thing.
Sure.
When that I don't recall if we ever found out what kind of creature it was, but they were riding a winged lion.
Right.
Attacked us. When we destroyed them, they turned to ash as well. Am I correct in that recall?
Yes. So, unless we're starting to make a name for ourselves again, and now we're on somebody else's hit list, some sort of auto-dissolving black ash people's hit list?
Could be it. Nyx, this is going to be awkward, but if you could grab the two front legs of the turtle so that when it turns back, you'll be pinning the arms of the person. I think that might be the best way to do this because we can't really tie them up. Because then when they switch back, the ropes be too tight, could kill them.
Right.
But maybe but once they're turned back, we can get them tied up at that point. I can always use detect thoughts to interrogate. Anyone else? Any other suggestions? And then they Shifter looks over at Lagwyn because
So it's funny you mentioned this. So I've been contemplating what we talked about since we spoke last and seeking, some inner peace about this. And I thought about perhaps there's a spell or some means to assist with this. And it's funny, but a lot of the new way I've been feeling about things, there is a way. All I need to do is go out into the city and find a tiny silver cage worth about 100 gold pieces. And then, if we kill them, I can get answers from them after they're dead. And they can't lie about it either.
Siren starts to choke up a little bit. That's the most wonderful thing you ever said.
Yes,
I'm so proud of you, Lagwyn.
I can ask them a total of 6 times. Ask them a question. They understand regardless of the language used. They know what they knew in life. And they must answer truthfully to the best of their ability, though they can be cryptic.
Just
I'll
a thought.
just throw that out there as a potential. It is my only 6th level spell for the day to do that, but there's that.
Well, I love that as a backup plan, but why don't we try to interrogate them alive first? And if we exhaust all of our options, because, Shifter, they said they could detect thoughts. I can try to suggest that they answer our questions. Siren is very scary.
Sure. No, listen, this is
So-
all. Do you
And
want?
if all else fails, we will find you. I'll just tie him up and watch him while you go find your silver cage.
Sure.
Then we'll kill him.
Just to clarify on the killing part, I need to see them die to do this.
Right.
of course.
But other than that, so yes, I say we wait, and then do you? Siren, you're a spy type. Did you get a spy vibe from these people that when they die they turn into ashes? Does that
Right.
seem like a spy thing? Because I feel like that's a good way to leave no evidence or things of that nature. Like they'd have
not
a
that I've
means
seen.
to just get rid of
Right.
themselves, so they
Well- Yes, I've heard of them killing themselves, but not turning to ash. That's a bit beyond me, but it is a good idea.
I just worry if they do have. I mean, maybe they don't have access to whatever would allow them to do something like that in turtle form.
Oh, right.
But
Right. So if we do kill them, well, if
I
is
just.
there a way to
Hmm.
wait? Can either of you sense what this thing is? Because if it's not actually human, and in fact a fiend or something such, that would make more sense. Why they disintegrate? Yes.
If it's a spell, yes, but I don't get the feeling that it is a spell that's causing this. But I could try to cast Identify on them once they're. Because if I do it now, they're just going to tell me they're affected by polymorph. But if we wait till they're turned back, then perhaps. But it literally is only spells affecting them. I feel like this may be something a little darker than that.
Seeing as we're on kind of a plane hopping journey, and we've already come across several things that seem to dissolve back to their home planes after destroyed. I would put some money on this individual being something along those lines, but perhaps not. Could be an enchantment. I wouldn't rule it out. But yes, I would assume, Dungeon Master, that we have probably like at best 15 or 20 minutes left on this 1 hour polymorph. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, if
I mean, if you want to push it, we could say 30. It kind of depends. Like, what do you want to do?
well, if Lagwyn wants to get the silver cage, that just like gives the time limit for how long they can do that. So yeah, so Shifter would probably be like, well, Lagwyn, if you'd like to get the silver cage in preparation, you have about a half hour to get it before the polymorph wears off. So
Did I
maybe do that.
see a shop, let's say, when we were out and about? We weren't really out for very long before we got assaulted, though. That might have been a place where one could acquire a silver cage, like, silver cages and things, something like that.
Oh, you mean the Silver Cage District?
Yeah, you know the one.
Shop of
Not
silver cages.
particularly. I'm not
Okay.
gonna make it terribly difficult.
Okay.
But I think you could run back to where you were,
Okay.
which was like a big street bazaar. And if you're really, if you're willing to just kind of announce like, I'm willing to pay for a silver cage, I'm sure
Yeah.
there's vendors that will walk up to you. And yeah, we can kind of fast forward that if that's what I don't think we
I
need
would
have
like to
the
do
whole-
that. I would like to. I had the thought process of, could I take the silver pieces I have and use the fabricate spell to turn them into a cage?
Oh, that's cool.
But that's using 2 spells. Otherwise, I could just spend some gold and only use the 1. So yeah, I would like to, if possible, run out, be like, I'm looking to buy a silver cage. 100 gold
Yeah.
pieces.
You will say that 3 people kind of have cages.
Okay.
Do you want the really ornate, like beautiful one? Do you want the one that has like that one has like a little door? This other one has a screw top. Like
Okay.
it goes into a thing. And then the third one is like one of those, it's got a hinge and the whole thing opens up like a face hugger and then like clamps down.
Whatever is, well, I'm gonna take the one with the screw top because it's a tiny silver cage. So I will buy it for, well, I'm willing to spend 100 gold pieces. What's this guy gonna charge me?
You're 100 gold, yeah.
All right,
Like,
sweet.
We could haggle if we wanted to make it a whole scene, but I think
I
we'll just say
just want
100 gold.
no. It's purely to hold souls. I don't care what.
Oh, right.
It's only to hold.
Lagwyn's
people's-
gonna use this eventually.
Good for souls and good for small birds. You buy.
Yes, indeed. And then I will jauntily sprint back to my friends with my 100
All right.
gold piece silver cage.
The 24 counter appears on the screen. Boop, boop. Like time's just ticking. It's
Yeah.
really spooky.
And
I think there's about 10 seconds left as you come bursting through the. No, I'm kidding.
all right.
Yeah. You rush back in. They're like, it's kind of an awkward scene as you come back into the room because Nyx has got this turtle like pinned to the ground, like
I'm
holding.
grappling a turtle.
The turtle's just like, "Meh," and like, it's like they're really beating up this turtle for. He's just a poor little turtle boy.
All right.
Sorry, turtle.
Don't worry. We can kill him now. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Magic words. I don't really need to say any when I dispel a spell, but sometimes it's fun for effect. And then Shifter dramatically waves their hands around, and maybe uses minor illusion to make some like glitter or something, and then drops the spell.
Yeah. Boom. Pops back into existence. If my notes are correct, or I should say the encounter, he was mostly at full hit points.
Yes.
Yes.
So right from the get-go, I think he's gonna make a strength check against you, Nyx, to try and stand up.
Okay.
So I want you to do a like an athletics check is probably fine, or a strength check if you don't have athletics.
My dice is stuck. Okay. 24.
Okay, yeah.
Nope,
he rolled
26. Sorry, plus 14,
rolled
not
a-
12.
You rolled 12, so yeah, you got him pinned really good, and he's like struggling, and then just kind of like does that like breaking point where it's like, oh yeah, I'm not getting up, and he is looking around, doesn't seem to be talking yet.
Hello, darling. Do you speak common?
Yes.
Wonderful. Who sent you?
It is in your
all
best
should
interest
be.
to answer these questions.
You all should be dead.
But we're
Oh,
not.
but
Interfering with things you don't understand.
well, then why don't you explain them? Well, why don't you explain what we don't understand?
Well, when a mom and a dad love each other very much.
I hit him.
Nick's digs her elbow into his ribs.
Just let I don't belong here. Let me go.
Darling, you see, this is how things are going to work. You're either going to tell us or we're going to hurt you. If you continue not to tell us, we're going to kill you. And when we kill you, we're just going to bring you back and make you tell us anyway. So, instead of doing all that, as much as I'd love to do all that, why don't you just tell us the things we want to know before we have to rip into your body and your brain?
But you don't know anything and you have to ask the right questions. I can't answer questions that have no answers.
Are you... do they look human?
Yeah.
Are you human?
Yes. I am a petitioner of a sorts. Was once human. And you guys know from Sigil Speak that petitioners are the people that have crossed on from the prime material plane. So,
They're still alive.
in a way, like petitioners will go to, like if Siren were to die, her soul would go to where her god is, and
Okay.
then you're considered a petitioner there, and you kind of like work for your god in a way, or you're just like having your afterlife, and then there's like a death beyond that nobody talks about or knows about.
Yeah. Who is your god?
The necromancer, Hira
That-
and Sully,
Hira and Sully.
and I might be pronouncing it.
We haven't heard that name, right?
You guys are from the Forgotten Realms. I don't know how much you know about drow lore, but I would say that you have probably heard it.
Okay.
We've been there.
Maybe. Because it is a realms god, so.
Okay.
All right. And they wanted us dead, not taken?
Yes, of course. Necromancer always has more uses for you dead than alive.
Fair point. Right. Well, where were you to take us once we were dead?
You would have stopped interfering with the Modrons. That's the most important part.
Why does your necromancer care about the Modrons?
They're looking for something, and you're protecting them. You're helping the Modrons succeed. My goddess does
Well.
not.
And, well, what does your goddess want? She wants them to stop marching?
She wants them to be unsuccessful.
In finishing the march? Or in another task?
Perhaps. Or if they finish the march without finding whatever they're looking for.
I see. And do you know what they're looking for?
That I can't say.
Nix?
Cantor Walt digs her elbow into his ribs again.
And he's like, can't! It's... The knowledge doesn't exist anymore. No one knows. No one can say it. Please, my trachea!
I see. Something that has been erased from memory. And how would your necromancer know about something that was erased?
She's a god.
I see. But she would know. It was just erased from our minds?
I don't know. I just know that she knows all.
How do you commune with you? Is your God the one who sent you on this endeavor? Or was someone else in charge?
Good question. I am not worthy enough to just speak to her directly. We all exist everywhere across the plains, but I know your face, and he points to you, Lagwyn. He's like, I know your face, and I know that you should not have that sword, and you should all not be helping the Modrons, and that is why we attacked.
So it is personal then.
I was not told to pursue you, but you're supposed to die. And he's like very confident of that, even though he doesn't quite understand what he's saying.
Tried that. Didn't take. So listen, so this was just a happenstance encounter, is what you're saying. We just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's what caused you to seek us out? Or you were on after us to stop us from helping the Modrons succeed in whatever they're doing?
I think where there are Modrons, you'll find more of us.
Wonderful.
Because we're looking to stop the Modrons.
So there are many of you then, we can assume?
Kira Ansali has many followers. And everyone that dies rises back up.
Do some of you ride winged lions? Just out of curiosity.
He's like, is this guy serious? I don't understand.
Just checking.
Just answer the question.
I don't know. We're everywhere.
Right. So, how do you know your brethren? You wear the robes. Do you have any symbols, any magics on you that they can recognize?
If you were to allow me to assist in your death, I think you could find out all the answers to these secrets that you want.
Oh,
Tempting.
that is quite tempting.
Why do you all turn into ash when you die? That doesn't seem very useful to a
Return.
necromancer.
Our bodies are linked to Kira Ansali. We return to her.
And what if we were to sever that connection? That'd be a fate worse than death, wouldn't it? Disconnected from your goddess?
I do not believe you have the power to do that.
Well, we are quite powerful. I don't know if we have the power to do that. I'm just saying.
It's a good bluff. I like it.
Thank you.
And honestly, Jordan, my mind was racing, but like with that soul cage spell, it might be true.
Yeah, I was just
Like-
thinking the same thing. Like,
He's going to make a couple more attempts to get up. Like, oh, I don't want to be here.
well,
You should just stop. That's
Mage,
just
turn
pathetic.
me into something fast like a rabbit. Oh, get out of here, please.
She'll just shoot you with an arrow.
Oh, I was thinking I'd fillet his fingers first. Or his feet. That way he couldn't run away. I'm going to start taking off his boots.
Okay.
I don't think
pretty
this guy is of any interest, like high up in this, but we should probably check his. I don't know. Every time they die, everything they have disappears with them. So I don't know if we should look for any kind of identifying anything of use in pockets or whatnot before they turn into ash.
Oh yeah, holy symbol. Holy symbol would be a good thing to look for.
This
for sure.
boot is nice. It's up the boot. Puts it down.
Is there
Frisk
anything?
him.
Yeah,
I'm
on this-
holding him.
Yes. You find a couple of things. He's got like a kind of a Chris dagger and stuff, like some ritual things. Light, dark armors. And he does have a tattoo on his body, of a hand, and that is probably the holy symbol that you're thinking of, which I have a picture of. Just have to find it because my database is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, can I do a like a history or some kind of knowledge just to see if I know anything about this god that he worships? Or religion, I guess religion would work.
Yes. You can do a history check.
I have the same bonus to both of them. It's
a
just
history
straight
check.
intelligence.
Oh, I got it, honey. Can I?
Oh,
I got +6.
oh, okay, sure.
I mean, you can do it. I take this. You can do it too. Jordan likes to do one roll though.
Yeah, I have +5, but you
Oh,
can do
okay.
it.
19.
19. For general information on Kira and Sully?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Yeah, so
Two
go ahead.
two names, Kira and Sully.
No, I put it in our chat.
Oh.
It's Kiaransale, like Kira and Sully is how I've been pronouncing
Kira and Sully. Sure.
it. She is a lesser drow goddess. Not a lot of people know about her simply because of Lolth's control over all of the drow in most of the drow in the Forgotten Realms, or I should say in the Sword Coast. So, but they're active rivals. And Kira Ansali is also known as the Lady of Death. She was a former necromancer that ascended to godhood, but nobody has that story. Like, there's not the old story of how she became a goddess. But she is the Lady of the Dead.
So she's like the Raven Queen, but for the drow, right? That was the Raven Queen's word.
Potentially, I guess you could say that, or maybe they are one and the same thing, like kind of
Yeah.
a thing. Maybe like that could be
Experience or
that could
something
be an
like that.
interpretation. It's just like, oh well, the drow see this goddess as Kira
Right.
and Sally, and other people see her as this. She is very evil. From what you know, the Raven Queen is not evil, but when you hear the word
Yeah.
Kira and Sally, you're like, oh yeah, that's an evil person, like
Right.
or an evil.
Probably shouldn't go talk to her.
No scrying on this goddess.
Yeah.
Shifter's like, well, she may be evil, but you can't fault the fashion sense. I mean, that jewelry is just, it's wonderful. It's really,
Oh,
it really pulls the
goodness.
whole thing together. I mean, if you're just going to be a hand as your symbol, you got to
Right.
bling it out.
Gotta
It's
make
important.
it nice. Wasn't
Makes
isn't one of
Ilmater
them
look
they
like-
have a hand? Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to. It's the decrepit and nasty.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of hands. Got, I think Torm is a hand. Tyr.
Mm-hmm.
Ilmater's the
Oh, yeah,
crossed
Helm.
hands with the ribbon on it, and
Mm.
a lot of hand symbolism in deities.
Right.
Anyway,
And not enough feet. I'm just throwing that out there.
Barely any feet. Wouldn't
Barely
be
any feet.
I feel like there's
Good-
got to
good
be
thing
like
we're
a
not on
goblin
Twitch.
or an orc god that's a foot. I feel like that's
Right.
probably.
Well,
Well,
I know
most-
Shredder, the god Shredder, has a bunch of like feet symbols. He calls his troops the foot.
Yikes.
But-
I feel like there might be a gnome deity that's like a foot. I would believe that.
That's true.
Best. All right.
traveling-
Here's a
traveling
video
one.
idea. Best D&D God symbols.
There you
just
go.
Feet edition.
Okay, so Shifter is gonna have a quick aside with Lagwyn,
Mm.
and just be like, "So, do you think that soul cage ability is going to be able to sever this connection? I mean, I'd love to try it. You know,
So
just
I'm very intrigued to try it
for
myself. I must
research
admit.
purposes,
Yes.
if nothing else.
Oh no, I know. Well, here's the other thing. I can see locations that they've seen in life if I know where it is, or I speak
Oh.
the location. I can put like a clairvoyant sensor there in that location. But so if we can get information of like where they're from or where they meet, we could find some more information out about it. And that's only one of the 6 uses of their soul.
We've
Um,
got a whole
Just
5 more
discussing this in
uses.
front of this guy.
No, we're having a quiet.
We
Side
have
bar.
quiet aside.
and I forgot to say this. You also find on him
Mm.
a black magical looking key
Oh.
that looks very familiar, as it's the similar keys that you, except for Nyx, that you guys got at the end of season 1.
Oh, okay. So like a sigil kind of key. Okay. Ooh.
It is
sounds strange.
a black metal and feels very magical.
Interesting. So there's maybe if this is the kind of key that I think it is, perhaps there That was their like getaway plan back to Sigil to meet with someone there. So that might be pointing us in a direction as well. I don't love being the target of a drow goddess, though. Must admit.
Right. Especially that one.
Just in general, as a non-drow elf, it's really not a thing I really want to place. I want to find myself.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
Did we go to the? Is it the Underdark? Did we go there?
Yes, we did, and I was not happy about it. No one was like, everyone's like, why are you not happy about it, Lagwyn? Why didn't you want to go into the Underdark? And I just went anyway, because that's what I do. But either way,
Yes, we got a lot of good information there.
yeah, but this is a whole nother animal.
Right. My question is, did we upset someone while we were there? I mean,
I don't think so.
how would someone know about our mission currently?
Well,
We don't even know what our mission is.
I mean, we have
just-
shown up in multiple places. Also, based on the conversation we had, I don't think flying lion person. I think that was like possibly a resurrected creature that was under her employ. That's why they turned into ash, not a petitioner, perhaps a summon of some kind. So if she's as a god, which says that she is, then I'm assuming she has possibly the ability to know what her minions are fighting. Perhaps. So maybe she like knew
Perhaps.
where we were and what we were doing, and then here we are again doing it again.
Gods.
We do find ourselves. We don't also. We're not very subtle in anything we do. People
Yeah.
know we've been places and done things.
Subtle is not really our
I will point
forte.
that out. Yes.
Yes, no, it's well. I mean, we went.
We're
to,
not subtle. Maybe this isn't like I don't want to lead you on the right or the direction of oh, these guys were sent specifically for you, but like no, you guys have been doing a lot of Modron stuff. And so
Correct.
they're like,
We
why
literally
is
went-
he interested in the
Groupies.
Modrons?
We went to try to find the King Modron and got put into trial because we were tried to talk to them when they said we couldn't. Again, that is about as high profile in Modron related things as you can go. Let us speak
That's
to
fair.
Primus. Then we lie to them, and then they send us to court for it. I mean, like, there's documentation for that. Someone somewhere has that court case. They know.
So much paperwork
that's
has
fair.
been filed.
So much paperwork. There is a paper trail, yes.
Yes,
it's-
literally, yes.
We'll have to
I
go
mean,
back
it's
and
not
burn that
that we're-
eventually.
It's not that we're not perfectly capable of being subtle. I mean, Lagwyn's very agile. Siren and I have done a lot of covert work. It's just, it's more fun the way we do it, I feel, you know?
Right. More entertaining if someone is watching us, you know?
Is there anything else we wanted to discuss with this
Where does
petitioner?
this key that you have? It's obviously quite magical. I'm assuming it takes someone, I would assume, back to Sigil. Does that mean that your group meets there? Do you have a meeting place of some kind that I'd love to visit? Just because.
Sure. Visit away.
Great. Never mind. Anyone else?
I like this much.
Just tell us where it is because you want us to die, and there's probably a lot of you there, so maybe we'll die.
It is not a place you want to go. I would avoid using that key.
I take off his sock and pull out a knife.
It's
I'm gonna
about to
sit
get
on this-
crap.
I don't know. I mean, if
The
he's
cameras like fade away and he goes, ah! Comes back and she's like, I've got this toenail necklace. It's great.
Do you like my necklace?
He's reluctant to answer. I don't know.
yeah, that's
if
fine.
you want to push it, you can.
Well, I mean,
Or
I
if
don't-
you want to.
Oh.
I'm not opposed to trying to use magic, but if we want to let Siren do her thing and just have her do some light torture, and maybe mechanize that as like an intimidation role that we don't actually have to role play, and then we'll see if after that he's interested in giving some more answers. Does that seem like a good idea?
I would say.
Do you
so.
wanna cut off a toe or two, Siren? Is that the plan with intimidation?
Sure. Absolutely.
Roll an intimidation, and I'm gonna
Okay.
Hell
roll.
yes, she wants to cut off
opposed-
toes.
I'm gonna roll an opposed check of some kind. What do I want to roll?
When she gets
Do-
started,
do I-
Shifter's like, "Oh wait, hold on," and then they go and get like a bucket and a mop, and like it's just the mess is just terrible. It's good to get started early.
Can I roll it at advantage because I'm giving physical pain?
I think no, because I think if you guys were to do like a regular charm, it would be at disadvantage. And so the fact
Mhm.
that you're interrogating him and he's already like standoffish, I think the physical pain makes it like advantage disadvantage cancel out and you just get a straight roll.
That's fair. Cool.
But I'm gonna roll as well.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I got a 15.
All right, he rolled a natural 1. So
Ah!
this will not be as graphic as I'm starting it out to be. So your knife goes into his foot toe.
Huh.
And you find it very easy because you're skilled in these things. There's no blood. It just like
Oh,
it comes off.
kinda
He
sad.
looks like he's in a lot of pain and he's not
Yeah.
having a good time with this, but there's no blood.
Shifter's so excited. They're like, "Oh, all the effect and no mess. This is wonderful. We're going to have to torture more of these people when we find them."
Cyrus just like sitting on the ankle as he's like, on the calf as
Yeah.
he's like moving around. It's just
Well,
What was the question? The DM
Where's the
saying
key
like, you're
take
just
us?
jumping up- Oh, yeah, he'll shout out. I just closed my window. Dang it.
yeah.
no, you didn't. You've been on the floor this whole time.
Don't pull a Jordan joke. Come on. He says it'll take you to he shouts out Ranias. It's Ranais. Ranias is the location.
Okay, that's something.
But I said you don't want to go there.
Don't
Why?
tell me what I want.
You guys.
Sorry. I'm in the zone.
No, I love it. It's great.
Well, the question was why?
Why does it
Why
go
don't-
there?
Why don't we want to go there?
Oh, because you are not followers of Kira and Sali and you value your lives. I don't think you would want to go there because of those reasons.
We'll take it under advisement. Are we done with this thing? It's not bleeding. Is it the person?
I don't know. Sure, we can go ahead and take care of business then, I guess. I got yelled at last time I did it, so somebody else do it.
Well, now that we're all in agreement, it's okay. Right? Now that somebody
Murder's
hasn't
okay if
explicitly said,
everyone's all right
do
with
not
it."
kill them, I think as long as someone says, do not kill them, they're okay to kill. Right? Am I right? Okay.
All right.
I was thinking of that
Um,
name. I consent. Is there someone you forgot to ask? And
Yes. Siren, you stab into his chest, which causes him to convulse. He starts to turn into ash like the other ones. But Lagwyn, if you want to try and cast your spell, you can.
I would love to attempt to cast my spell as a reaction. And I would like to.
Do I roll? Is it a saving throw? How does this work?
Uh,
Explain. What are you casting? For
I
the
am
wonderful people?
casting Soul Cage. There is no saving throw. A reaction when a humanoid you can see within 60 feet of you dies. The spell snatches the soul of the humanoid, traps it inside the cage. It remains inside the cage until the spell ends, which is 8 hours, or you destroy the cage. And then while I have the soul trapped in the cage, I can use his soul to my advantage up to 6 times for a variety of different uses.
Okay.
For something as simple as healing myself using his soul, asking him questions, or choosing to look at a location. Or I guess I could get advantage on rolls if I wanted to, but that's the least interesting one.
So, yeah, as he is dying, hit my microphone, sorry. He'll start to do like turn into ash, like he's about to kind of just like fade away into the floor. But then you see it like kind of, and that ash will go straight up into your cage. A real dark aura fills that cage as it gets less and less. But what does this look like with the soul in there?
Oh,
Is it
well,
like a
first of
little
all,
miniature version of him, or
well, yeah, well, I guess the first thing I imagine that it's kind of like I would say in a normal situation, I'm thinking it's probably just like a little ball of light, but for him, I imagine it's a little ball of darkness. But once I
yeah?
see him start to die, I can't say anything other than your soul is mine. And I just trap it in the cage, and then I'll just look at it. I'll be like, well, looks like somebody's not going back home to mommy. And I will put the cage down on a table. And I say, well, for the next 8 hours, I can do all sorts of things to extract power from this man's soul. So, this is fun.
See,
It's-
look at us.
It's like the opposite of when you put the fireflies in the jar.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to look at it, yeah. We can now ask him up to 6 questions. Well, I have 6 uses of the soul. These can be used to ask a question, that which he must answer truthfully to the best of his ability. Although, again, similar to like a zone of truth. Actually, no, must answer truthfully, but they can be cryptic. I can speak a location that they knew in life and then see that location. So we can talk about that new place that he just
You
shut
see
down.
their
Yeah.
memories of that location? Is that the idea?
You can use an action to name a place the humanoid saw in life, which creates an invisible sensor somewhere in that place if it is on the same plane of existence you're currently on. So that's the trick. The sensor remains for as long as you concentrate, up to 10 minutes, as if concentrating on a spell. You receive visual and auditory information from the sensor as if you were in the space using your senses. A creature that can
Okay,
see the
so you could,
sensor,
like,
such as
you're
one
like,
with
I haven't been to the king's room, but I killed a servant, and now I can like look at the
see in the
king's room,
yeah.
because he
You
knows
get
how
a
to get
ring,
there. Kind of thing.
a ring camera,
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
A
Okay.
creature that can see the sensor, such as someone using see invisibility or true sight, sees a translucent image of the tormented humanoid whose soul you caged.
Oh wow, the
Uh,
cool spell.
yeah, I love it. I'm very much enjoying my turn to the dark side. It's becoming the most useful thing for everybody involved.
Rachel's just like,
I'm such a
My
bad
job.
influence. I hate it.
did
Uh,
you
also
see what
love
I
it.
just did? Do you think you're the bad influence here? I just filleted a man's foot.
Well, if this was if Nyx wasn't here, no one would have been able to hold this person down. If Rikiri was here, I would have had to spend the whole time trying to take Rikiri somewhere else so that you could do this without her complaining about it. So, not that I'm agreeing with Rachel being a bad influence. I'm just saying that there are 2 situations that would have happened, and the one that did only really kind of happened because she's here. So,
Fair, fair.
She's an enabler, is
Yeah.
what we're saying.
yeah, that's a better way to say it. That's a much shorter way to say what I said. So, yeah.
This location that they're at, is that in Sigil?
I don't believe we know.
Okay. We could know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, we could
You
try.
you have not heard. Well, you can make another knowledge check to see if you've heard about Renias or Renias, Ranais, Renice. I'm really good with fantasy words. Idaho education, don't recommend it. You can make a knowledge roll to see if you've heard of this in Sigil, if you want.
I will
Like a history
do
check.
that. We spent a whole
Like
year
2 years
there.
there.
History?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that dice roller is so slow. I believe. Yeah, it's a 15.
No, you've never heard of this.
Okay.
In or outside of Sigil, from what you, yeah.
So that spell lasts
8 hours.
8 hours.
Yes.
So we could follow up on this lead now. We could wait a little bit, but we can't wait forever.
Correct.
The key should teleport us immediately from wherever we're at.
Right, but
We don't want to go there, though, right?
correct. I don't want to go there.
Well,
Probably not without a lot of preparation and
Yeah,
recon.
they just kept telling us we didn't want to go there, and it just made me want to go there so badly. But I understand.
I know.
It had the same effect on me. Now I kind of want to see why, but the little voice that doesn't talk very often, it's like, that's a bad idea. But that one's talking, so we should probably not do it.
So we should head to Bitopia then?
We could.
Continue on.
Where the Modrons went.
That seems like the best.
You're
option.
also in a good position to try and find a way back to Sigil if you want to do that and report to, like, you could probably ask around and find some kind of port key that would take you there.
Oh, we have figured out a lot of stuff since the last time we talked
You
to...
could have an adventure in Tradegate. You could ask around, go to bars, or there's this black key that you have. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's lots of possibilities. I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
the direction you guys
were
wanna
we
go.
trying to find any other information in Tradegate? I think we just wanted to know if the Modrons had been there or not. We found that out. And then we needed to rest. Unless I'm forgetting something and someone can correct me. But yeah, I mean, I think either reporting in to, oh gosh, what was the guy's name?
Esteban.
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 We could return to Sigil and report to Esteban. Or we could just head on to Bitopia. I mean, we certainly do have a lot of information about a dead god and things being erased from history. Seems worth talking about.
Yes, do you think he'll have any more information, or do we continue on until we find answers to the questions that we have?
Well, if we rest, I could always prepare ascending and try to fit as much of that into 25 words as possible.
We just rested.
I know.
You'll lose your guy, right?
Yeah,
if you rest.
yeah.
We have to torture that guy.
Yeah, I know. I need to steal from him his soul.
There is something I need to get back in Sigil, but I think it is worth exploring how many different organizations are getting wrapped up in this whole march, because we've run into two already. One of which really wants the Modrons to succeed. The other one doesn't want the Modrons to succeed. Neither of them are particularly pleasant. Ugh.
I mean,
Are
I'm
we
game for
taking
either.
a vote?
Do we want to take a 5-minute break and you guys can think about it over the break and I can get another
let's do
beverage?
that. That's probably
That sounds like a good idea.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our party was viciously talking during the break to make a strong decision about where to go forward. Will they use the black key to open up a door to somewhere they don't really know what and possible certain death? Or will they go back to Sigil and say hi to their friend Esteban? Or will they try to go to Bitopia and follow the Modrons, which was their original task?
Tell them the plan, LB.
What's the plan?
The plan is, step 1, find a way to Bitopia and a way to Sigil. Step 1A, torture on the way. Questioning on the way.
Sure.
It's not so much torture anymore as it's
No.
just you get questions, I think.
Yeah. Step 2 is to rest. Step 3, message Esteban. Figure out, give a short synopsis of what we know and find out if we need to go back there. If he wants us to go back there, we go to Sigil. If he says, nah, keep going, we're going to go to Bitopia. And ice cream. We're going to get ice cream somewhere in there.
Okay. It's a good plan. Okay. Remind me the name of that place Jordan, that they said it was their meeting or whatever, Renas or something?
Yeah. The key takes you to Ranais, Ranais.
Oh, the key takes you there. So it's definitely not here. That's a different plane of existence. Right? Or no?
If you have a magical key that is like a port key taking you somewhere, it is most likely. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to use your eyes. You don't.
Yeah,
think,
that's what I'm
'cause it's
thinking.
probably
Okay.
on another plane.
All right, then I'm gonna just tap into querying this dude's soul, and I'm gonna say I can ask him a question, right? And I
Okay.
get to tell, and I'm first thing I'm gonna say is, why did you say that I don't deserve, or I shouldn't wield, or don't deserve this blade?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
It's heavy, Josh. Sorry.
He says that.
He can be cryptic if need be.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to think of. It was stolen, and there are worthier people than you.
Oh, what a dick! Even in death, he's a dick. Okay. All right. That. Okay.
And your mom smells.
What? No, this guy. He doesn't know my mom. I didn't even think up my mom, so he can't know it. All right, and I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna keep asking questions. I'm gonna say, as my second question,
6, right?
yeah, where was it stolen from?
The rotting oracle.
Okay, now I gotta clue the party in on this stuff. Yeah, so I've already asked 2 questions of my lovely friend here. And he said that the blade that I have was stolen, and there are worthier people than me to wield it. And it was stolen from the rotting oracle. Ring any bells?
You specifically asked where.
Oh, sorry,
was it
where is stolen? Where it was stolen, and I asked where it was stolen. And he said
Is-
the rotting oracle. Red rotting oracle.
So I don't want to give an illusion.
No,
that
no,
it might
no.
be
You're
first.
right. You're right. Sorry.
Lagwood, the first thing I just want to say is don't let this very dead person undermine your confidence.
Oh, no.
I think you're very worthy to wield that sword. I've seen you do a lot of very effective killing with it. More so than I've seen anyone effectively kill anything before. So
Well, thank you.
just have faith in yourself for that. The second thing sounds kind of disgusting. I don't have much to say on that, but what it's.
Have you heard
didn't
of
steal
a
it from
Have
there,
you
did
heard of a rotting oracle as a potential location or person? Anyone? You probably
Is
should
this
have
a
seen it
history
coming.
check?
Am I right? What kind of oracle are they?
Oh,
I don't think it's a person. It sounds like a place.
Maybe it is a place.
Right.
Um,
Can I do a check?
Yes.
Should
I
it?
too would love to do a check.
Is this a history
Um.
or a religion?
History.
Nix, do you have a higher than I?
It's just a +5.
Okay. Shall I?
Sure.
Another 15.
It is not planar. You have really no knowledge of this.
Yeah.
It's probably something that is extra planar, something that's
Oh,
Okay.
perhaps on the Swamp of Oblivion?
Then I'm gonna buzz him in again. Shake the cage. Who stole it?
Wham!
who
Originally.
stole it?
Originally.
Yeah, he doesn't know, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay.
It's things like you should not have it is really
Okay, that's what the
the answer that he knows. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so he also doesn't know who stole it. They just know that I shouldn't have it. Is what I'm getting from him. So I've got 3 questions left.
Who did it
I don't-
belong to originally?
Yeah, Shifter, you had something.
Oh, I was just going to say, I fully support the interrogation that you're doing right now, Lagwyn. I just want to say I'm proud of
Thank you.
the necromancy, the hard edge. But we do have a lot of stuff to look for. Maybe we should split up. I could look for one of the entryways. Someone else can look for entryway to Sigil while you're working on your spirit there.
Hold that thought. Do you know of an entryway to Sigil from this plane?
You're asking him.
I am.
No.
Okay. All right. No, carry on. And then
and that's I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but that's
I know it's funky. It's
like,
weird.
portals are all over the place, and it's like, oh, I have to, squash this fly at a very particular time of the day, and that's how I get back to Sigil or something. So it's not like there's just an active gate. Like,
yeah, well, that was more my question, so that answers that. Okay. Yeah, and then I'll ask LB's question. Who did it belong to originally?
And he says it was part of a set. And there's like weird static where information was supposed to be.
Ooh. Okay, I will tell you guys that if you haven't left yet. It was part of a set and there was static at the end as though there should have been information and it was gone.
Do you think it has to do with who died?
I assume. I mean, we know someone has been wiping information from history.
We're directly at the center of this yet again. How does this always happen to us? I just want to go home. I have a boyfriend I need to get back to, please.
You should, yeah. Let's just do
You should get on that. Yeah.
I'm actively trying to.
I was going to say you probably should send him a message, but you know what, honestly at this point I'll also gonna throw out there, like, well, I know a lot of this particular things is focused around me at this instance, but they obviously know that we as a group are out here causing this, so not trying to alarm anyone, but potentially looking into the status of your loved ones may not be a bad idea. If they know they're after us and you know you have a significant connection to someone specifically and they're targeting, they can seemingly find us and they're after us. If you have someone who's also high profile or known to be connected to you, it may not be a bad idea to see how they're doing if you haven't spoken to them in a year.
Right.
Just throwing it out there. Well, we've got one question left. Not to be...
So I will say, this is just Jordan being a bad DM. I liked the question of where you were asking about the where was it stolen from?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I want to give a little bit more information on that before you ask your last question.
Fair enough.
So he does say it was stolen from the now I lost it.
Rotting Oracle.
The Rotting Oracle, which is in the Outlands.
Oh, okay.
Near the Dwarven Mountains. It's part of the Outlands.
Okay, I will then fill everybody in on that.
So yeah, because that's a little too vague for you guys to go chasing something that you don't know anything about. But
okay, so there's more.
And then you have one question.
Yeah, so Rotting Oracle in the Outlands near the Dwarvish Mountains. So there's a potential location. Not to say that we need to go solve this. We currently have the Modrons to deal with, but if there's a connection to information being lost, I mean, perhaps the Rotting Oracle location is where this deity died. I mean, that seems a little too easy to figure out. I mean, maybe it's not easy to figure out, but that also sounds like a deity thing, right? Rotting Oracle sounds like that's what I would call a spot if a dead divinity god died there.
Right. Okay.
Definitely a clue.
So I have one question left. I mean, we have time to
You
ask
can always
it, but
save it.
yeah. All right. Well, why don't we save it and continue to search for a means of leaving?
Well, I call looking for the Bitopia place. Also, I will pick up ice cream on the way
Oh,
back.
I'm going with shifted in.
You're gonna let the two
the two bloodthirsty monsters over here
you're
just
gonna,
go.
you're gonna let us go do something. That's fine.
This is great. I love it.
Seems
They're
like a
really.
great idea.
I'm glad that we've really decided to just pair off into the most effectual teams for what we're really good at.
It
Cops
works.
team, murder team.
Yeah, it's great.
Mhm.
So does that mean we're looking for ways to sigil then? The two of
Yes.
us.
Sounds
And
like
not
it.
ice cream. We're getting the
No, it's fine. No ice cream. Look for signal.
So 2 of you are going to find a way to Bitopia, and the other 2 are looking for ways to sigil.
Correct.
Okay, so we'll start with Bitopia. You guys start asking around as you're walking around out there, and it
Oh,
is.
wait.
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna look for the dude who sold me the gemstone because I know that they sell fake wares, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, man, I'm back. You want me to keep your
hello.
secret?" It's like,
Oh, secrets.
I
Secrets.
s-
is-
we meet again.
I don't know you.
I just wanted to thank you again for that lovely gemstone that you
Yeah,
sold
what?
me.
I sell you nothing. No.
And how
I don't know you.
extremely legitimate it was, and how legitimate a businessman you are. And I'm just looking for some other information I figured you could help me out with since we're such good friends. Oh, and I brought another one of my friends with me. And I'm going to gesture to Sire.
Hello.
She's excellent with a knife.
Yeah. Well, I also have a friend I'd like you to meet, Boris. And like the scrawniest looking guy with a frying pan comes out from behind the back. Yeah. Just stand
Oh.
next to me. Look threatening. Yes. Okay. What do you want to buy? What's going on?
Just some information. We are trying to get to Bitopia, but the gate wasn't incredibly obvious. I'm just wondering what one does to get there through this gate town.
Oh yeah, you gotta talk to the master trader.
More information, please.
The master trader, he's a guy. He usually stays in the forest down south of town, Tirna Olg. He is the gate. Like, you talk to him and you're in Bitopia.
Interesting. Does he demand some kind of payment to cross over?
Oh yeah, he's a trader. You gotta trade something.
And what does he take?
You know, it's not so much he's not about wealth, so it could he always seems to know what gate seekers need and what they can pay. So a rich man might pay the highest of price, a poor man might pay a button on his shirt. We don't know. It's really him.
Price is set by.
I mean, that's just how the planes work.
Right.
Nice guy though. He's got 4 hooves, goat horns.
We've already had an unpleasant run-in with someone with 4 hooves and goat horns, but I'll take your word for it.
Goes up and down stairs like a boss.
Bizarre. Strange.
Like a boss. Anyway,
Well, you've been so helpful.
Thank
I hope that
you.
ruby works out for you. Take care. Say hi to your mother for me. Goodbye.
Didn't know you had a mother.
I guess we'll head to that forest.
Ice cream.
Do you want to
well-
take your friends with you?
No.
Or do you want to just go explore a forest?
I guess we'll get ice cream. and then you can cut to their scene.
So Tirna.org is directly south of Tradegate. If you look at the picture I put in our chat, I put an arrow at Tradegate, and you can see that Tirna.org is Spireward, a little bit down. You guys probably passed it on your way to Tradegate, or came adjacent to it. That is a Mimir question you could ask if you
Oh,
wanted to.
yeah, I was gonna say, could we do that?
And then you're not there, shut up. And then the other two, you guys go searching around for while they're getting ice cream. The blood killers, the bloodthirsty killer, the killers. You're a new band. You're like the killers. You guys are looking for portals to Sigil. You do find there are many, many places, a lot of like random street vendors who are like, they've got like watches to sell, but they open their cloak and it's just like random objects that they say will take you to Sigil, but you don't really know. And you're like, no, you swallow this ribbon and then you wait until the sun is directly above and you say the word peacock and you're in Sigil. It's great. And they're trying to sell you a bunch of weird stuff. I should probably get out of this Russian accent for all of our Russian viewers who are like, that is not our no. Anyway, legitimately, you find a couple of places here and there that will sell. One of them is like an old kind of looking shop that has a big key on the front and it says like port keys. And another one further down has planner travel, like the Planner Travel Association and stuff. So you can pick between, do you want to go with like a shady vendor? Do you want to go with the old timey, or do you want to go with like a kind of corporate-y looking planner travel stuff? And he's gone.
I'll be right there. I guess we're done.
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sorry.
We got a riff. Time to
Okay,
see the ice cream vendor.
Let's go to the travel agency.
Rachel will go to the travel agency.
Go to the travel agency.
Right now, Rachel. Nix will go to the travel agency. Very nice. Very like lots of couches for some reason, and they come in. They can set up a payment. They want to know exactly like when do you want to leave. They want to know like the time and how many people, and they're going to give you a cost based on that. So I'm assuming 4 tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow for 4. Tomorrow at noon for 4.
Okay, and then
you can have a nice breakfast.
Particular,
just to get a price option.
Yeah. Sigil is not very big, so they'll say like you can go to like generic place in Sigil or whatever. But it's going to be probably 800 gold, like 200 a pop.
Okay.
And they can schedule that now if you want, or if you have the money, or you can come back tomorrow. But the more you wait, the more situations change, and all of a sudden it'll be like, well, yeah, it's 800 to now if you buy the old boot, and everybody licks it at the exact same time at noon, or that's your port key that will take you in, or the next time you're going to have to recite poetry in front of like 4 goldfish in order to get there, and it's going to like 100 gold more or something. So
I'll take the risk. We need to go talk to the rest of our friends first, make sure they're actually okay with leaving at noon. If I don't come back, then we've made other plans, and if I do come back, then we will discuss the options.
Sign up for our planner mail list, and we'll be sure to get you out there. You know, we've got lots of great they're shares of specific time that we section out to a bunch of people. We're calling them timeshares, and I really think you'd be interested. So just sign up for our planner mail, and we'll be sure to send out some P mail to you.
Sorry.
And
I'll definitely fill that out when I come back.
Okay.
Later.
Yeah. No, well. Okay. Yeah. Now.
Yeah. No.
Right,
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Timeshares. Go
Are we
see the
done? We didn't know if you were out partying at PAX.
No. I had food arrive. I didn't think. I thought it was going to take a lot longer to get here. So
there you go. So we do have, it's 800 gold for you guys to get back to Sigil. That's what Nix just found out. And then our other 2 friends want to go talk to a centaur in a forest spire word of Tradegate. So what do you guys want to do?
Meet up for ice cream.
Yeah.
Ice cream, go. What's everybody's flavor of choice? That's what I know. Shifter, you seem like a vanilla boy.
What?
No.
Come on.
I give Shifter a little more credit than vanilla. Come on.
Black raspberry all the way.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Charcoal.
Siren just eats charcoal.
It's
Ice cream?
charcoal. It's like black ice cream. It usually has like a black raspberry or like a dark chocolate sort of. And then
Okay.
they put charcoal in it. She's a tiefling. It's like
That works, yeah.
Mm.
Nick's has got to be, let me guess, it's got to be something like birthday cake or bubble gum or I don't know. It just feels
No,
like
it's
very-
gonna be no, it's very like she gets like a birthday cake ice cream with like rainbow sprinkles, and it does not
Yes.
like fit her at all. Like
super awesome.
just dumping sprinkles on it, just like cool.
Yeah, what's Lagwyn's ice cream?
I
That's
don't
what I want to know.
know anymore. Was it campaign one?
Was it vanilla and now it's vanilla with like a little bit of strawberry?
Yeah, right. It's like Neapolitan. Get a couple of flavors going.
Break
on
it
there.
out.
Yeah, and so
Maybe.
it's-
I like the idea of Lagwyn getting a Neapolitan, but he can't. He just the spoon is hovering between vanilla and the chocolate, and he can't decide.
Yeah, it's like oh, the light and dark. I get it. It's very good.
only a Sith deals in absolute, so just eat the whole thing. It's fine.
Just a scoop through the middle of all three flavors.
What's the you guys are back together, you're having some ice cream, it's very fun. And because we
Okay.
started
I'm
late,
down
this
for
might be it might be a thing, but I'd like to know where we're going before we because we started later, this might be a short episode, but I would like to know as a DM
Yeah.
where we're going before we
What
end.
next?
So.
we need
Okay,
to,
so I went to a travel agency,
right.
and they said that we could sign up for time, and they'll get us a key or something that will take us to Sigil. It's going to be 200 gold a person, but apparently that fluctuates. I don't know. We can probably figure it out, but it'll be about 800 gold ish, maybe more for us to go. What did you guys find?
Well, it turns out there's another centaur goat person that they offer you a trade, and then they transport you to Bitopia, and they hang out in a forest south of here. I like that there's an agency that will send us to Sigil, and maybe
It was a
we
very
can-
nice office.
Yeah.
But the forest person sounds kind of more fun. I like the mystery.
Yes,
Right.
we should figure out what the popular holidays are in the city, so that we can try to travel around those. Maybe get
Right,
some
right.
deals.
But we do need to speak to Esteban first, right? That was the plan?
It was your
Do we
plan,
want to
so-
talk to him first, or
No,
do
I'm
we
sorry.
want to?
We want to do ascending to him.
Correct.
Sending goes between planes, right? Or do we establish that already?
5% chance that it fails.
Oh, that's nothing. Because I was gonna say, like, I don't know if it seems silly to take another long rest, because we haven't really done much with, like, one person cast one spell and that was it.
Oh,
Um,
you
To
know
a
what?
combat?
Look, I was
Oh,
going to
that's true.
save it, but I do have ascending stone.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Is the sending
Uh,
stone the one that goes directly to
My
Yissa?
mother. No, this is the one that goes to my mom.
Okay.
I don't have ascending stone. Mine will not be very useful.
I have the
Let
one
me
that
talk to my
goes to
mother.
Yissa.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that, like, the march has already gotten ahead of us, so we should probably try to get to Bitopia
Yeah,
sooner rather
and then
than
we
later.
can talk to him later.
Okay.
Maybe we'll know more when we get to Bitopia, and we'll have even more to tell him.
Hopefully. Yeah, let's go find this centaur person.
I love it.
Yay, a mystery in the forest.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm gonna illusion my cloak to look like a ranger cloak. I really look like I'm ready to do wilderness traveling, and then as soon as I like step into the forest, it's so clear that Shifter is the most urban person ever. They're like
Oh,
tripping
yeah,
over
mhm.
branches all the time.
Yeah.
Just making so much noise.
So much noise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love it.
It's like they're a stampede.
You guys head south together as a group, or I should say Spireward. It's not north south. It's Gateward and Spireward. So you're heading towards the center of the spire, to Tirna Ag, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly, but we do have. I kind of want to play it, so I'm gonna pester you guys that we should play the Mimir.
Yeah, let's do
first
it.
here.
Is there something you can ask the Mimir about? We should do that right now.
The forest.
Tirna Ag, also called the Land of Youth, is home to a pantheon calling themselves the Celtic Powers. The powers are very independent, and so are the people. This is Aaron McQuinn, resident of Dogda.
Get off! I've better things to do than talk to some sod all day. I'm very busy, so if you'll excuse me, please. Thank you very much. Good day.
All right, that was it. That's
Was
hilarious.
that it?
That's so good. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. So that's your information on Tirna Ag.
Yo.
Actually,
the
do you want to ask the Mimir about
rules.
the rotting oracle, perhaps?
That actually
That seems like a
does the
thing,
Mimir-
right?
Does the Mimir know anything about the rotting oracle?
Yeah, Rotting Oracle, no. Dwarven Mountains, yes.
Oh, the
Okay.
Dwarven
Oh,
Mountain.
yes. Do that one.
Then we get to
See
hear
if they're
from
as
the person with
hospitable
the
as she
Scottish
was.
accent.
In the mountains of the Outlands lies a triple realm, shared by 3 dwarven powers. The rocky peaks outside hold the trading town of Iron Ridge. Inside and underneath sit the realms. The 3 dwarven powers are Vergadin, God of Luck, Dugamarin the Smith, and Dumathorin, Master of Minds. Vergadin's proxy, the soothing Clearfaucet, was kind enough to speak for us.
Oh, you want to come to the Dwarven Mountains, eh? Well, bring your money and your luck, because you're gonna need both. The place where I work, Stronggale, the realm of Vergadin. It's a place of drinking and gambling, but unless you're invited, you're probably not too welcome. Cheaters especially. Anyone who comes here to be your honest gamblers will see that we mean business when it comes to...
That's Perk's using loaded dice!
Excuse me.
Loaded, yes.
What have we here? A cheating human? Loaded dice? Let me see those.
Let's see those.
7.
7!
And 7 again. 7 once more. This bodes ill for you, friend.
Let's take them on. Look! I swear, these were the dice at the table when I got here. How come I didn't roll no 7? Just unlucky? Unlucky, I'll show you your
Take this Burke out and execute him. He knew the rules when he came here.
Please have mercy.
That one was very fun.
That ended.
That was dramatic. I loved it.
Well, you're on the more chaotic side of the plains, so it makes
That
sense.
woman really needs to lay off the cigarettes.
Yeah, she needs oxygen.
Sorry.
Somebody get that
dying,
lady. Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that's great.
So you asked these questions to the Mimir. That was fun. You come walking down into Tirna Ag. It's a pretty thick forest, but then you find like a nice clearing, and sure enough, there is a goat person that looks very similar to the goat centaur Yissa, like pretty much the same species. We're saying now because of the new playtest, but the very much the same species. But this is a male, and his horns are very like not overgrown, but like extravagant. They're kind of like super circular and stuff. And he's waiting in a grove in an open area with like ankle high grass. And he's like watching you guys, just kind of like he's been waiting for you the entire time. And he like sees you. He's like, "Oh, friends, this way, this way."
Hello there.
Yes, hello. I understand you're trying to get to Bitopia.
You are wise indeed.
No, I am the master trader. Wise indeed. He lives around the corner. We're very different. He's a
Good.
no.
So
But
you can help
in
us.
order to get in order to get to Bitopia, I ask first, why are you trying to get to Bitopia?
We seek the Holy Grail. I'm sorry. We wish to find the purpose of the Modron march.
Unless you know it.
And where in Bitopia would that answer be found?
Ooh, you tell me.
Wherever the Modrons are headed.
Mm-hmm.
So you're following them. You're not necessarily seeking out why they're marching.
Well, you asked us why we were going to. I just answered the question you asked me.
It's the best lead we've got. I mean,
if you're willing to tell and you know, but we're all ears, please.
Oh, please.
Oh,
yes.
no one knows the march. I just question your direction. But if Bitopia is where you want to go, then by Bitopia you'll get there.
Well, hold on. Now you make me question our decision. So,
what decision should be questioned? You following the Modron?
No. When someone
sounds very sound. You're going straight there.
Correct, but when someone comes out and says, "Well, I was just questioning why you were going to do that. Maybe we should do. But if you want to do it, it's fine."
I think seems like you were implying that there was a better way to find out the reason for the Modron march, and
it's not in Mechanist, I can tell you that much.
Yes, we tried that, and it became a whole legal thing.
Yeah, I don't go to Mechanist much anymore. They have so many stairs. It's hard to get up and down with these hooves. You wouldn't believe it.
The shifter turns to everyone else and they say, exactly.
But I don't want to put random thoughts in your head. No, it's not my place.
No,
if Bitopia is where you need to go, then you can go. It's completely fine. You just have to make a trade.
Well, with one such as knowledgeable as yourself, if you happen to have an inkling that could lead us in a different direction that might be more beneficial. I mean, going to Bitopia sounds wonderful. I'm sure we'd all love to visit and see whatever nonsense is waiting for us there. However, if you know of a better place or a means to an end that will get us more information to the reason of the march, then I think we would gladly trade for that.
Yes, you are all-knowing, at least all-seeing. Please, tell us.
I am no deity. I don't have the answers of why the Modrons are marching or of what they're looking for, other than I do know they're looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
But I can give you the information of a path where a creature, a god, does know. The god that knows all things. The god of knowledge. I can direct you there. But it will cost you your 3rd birthday.
Does that mean we get younger or we forget the 3rd
or
birthday?
3 birthdays from now?
Sure. I'll trade it.
Is it the memory of our 3rd birthday?
And he grabs Lagwyn's hand and shakes. Lagwyn, you have lost your 3rd birthday.
It was 212 years ago. I don't remember that. It's fine.
And you have gained the knowledge of Corian.
The Mandalorian?
And Zachorian is the Illithid god of knowledge, the Mind Flayer god of knowledge. All knowledge of the universe is channeled through him, and he will hold your answer.
This is just Futurama. We're doing the Futurama thing.
Well, so I have the knowledge of this god of which we seek, but no one's going to like it.
Oh?
Hit me with it.
How do you feel of Mind Flayers and their god of knowledge, who all knowledge of the universe passes through them? Because I know where they are now. Anyone have any other birthdays they'd like to trade for something less menacing? Because that's what I've got right now.
I don't love it.
Isn't there a material plane god that we can talk to? They're not great, but
Well,
they're not going to kill us on sight or try to assimilate us.
well, well, it seems like earworms aren't so bad now, are they? That's all I have to say.
No, they're still bad. This is
I'd
just
rather
also
have
bad.
an earworm than ceramorphosis, so I feel like there's a better way to go. I'm just saying, pick the lesser of two worms. That's all I'm saying.
Let's go just talk to Caius. That'll be great. No. Let's go full worm.
Listen, okay? Perhaps being a god and maybe the nature of being an illithid means they'll have the information that was scrubbed from everyone else, would be my guess. Perhaps illithid magics can protect them from that if all knowledge passes through them. Perhaps it's not lost on them. I don't know anything about this god other than exactly where they are and how to get there, but
I don't know anything about them except exactly where to find them.
yeah, I would love to do. Listen, I gave up my third birth. I gave my third birthday. Anybody else have any other questions or possibly less fatal areas they'd like to go to? Questions?
Could I give up my second year of Hell Scouts camp because that was a really bad time for me? I would love to forget that.
I meant more like if we had a thing or a place. We still don't know how to get to Bitopia.
Right. Okay.
Oh, well, no. If you want to go to Bitopia, I can help you. I am the gate to Bitopia.
Oh, you're the gate.
We simply need to trade. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that my mistake. Any other questions people would like to donate memories or things towards? Because I feel like I've got both the biggest one, the winner, and the biggest loser in this information.
All right.
It solves all our problems, but it also might kill us all. But I guess if we die, then, you know,
We're no longer responsible.
quest is over, right?
Right. Is this god on the same plane as his worshippers? Because Otheron he's not with his worshippers all the time, right? So
yeah, you would assume that because your god is part of Mechadus and Automata and things like that, it's probably in one of the outer planes somewhere, has like a little realm, and so when illithids die, they would go there.
right.
Oh, great.
I believe Gehenna is where this knowledge would have been put in your head, Lagwyn. That the god resides in Gehenna.
Oh, wonderful. What a great plane to go to. Nothing but great things happen there.
Places like the Dark Souls of planes.
I was going to say, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like Hag Central, but all right, sure.
Yeah.
Hags and Mind Flayers. Sounds like a great time.
Right. Okay. Why don't I? Oh, what another option is? Fuck all of this, and we could just go home. It's an option. I'm just saying, if we're on this mission, we've got to do the hard things. If not, we can go back to Sigil and spend the rest of our lives running a shop that's amazing, by the way. It's a great shop.
It's a great shop. But no, we really should get our passage back to the Prime Material. You can't send us to the Prime Material, can you?
No. I can send people to Bitopia.
Well,
I'm sure he could put us in
I am the
direction
gate
of another.
Bitopia.
Right. So, shall we go to Bitopia then?
I think Bitopia is still the best, the least dangerous option.
We'll keep that other piece of information as a potential place to go if we have no other options.
Right.
Right. For all four of you,
Doesn't
who's willing to trade to go to Bitopia?
What's the deal? What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Oh, you? And he looks at you, Shifter. He's like, I'm gonna need your identity.
I already don't have that. That's my whole
Looks
thing.
over at Siren and says, I will take your boyfriend. And then
In
looks
what
over
capacity?
at Lagwyn and says, that sunblade will do nicely.
Yeah, no, ain't happening. Sorry, buddy.
And then looks at Nyx and says, but for you, an acorn.
Ha! You're poor.
I don't. I don't know whether to be flattered or insulted.
Sorry.
Oh, you killed me on that one, LB. I was not prepared for that.
I think it's a great. I think Nix, I think this is a great way to gain the sliding scale of the system. So it's great that you're poor. Just I would just go ahead and pay up.
Is me paying the acorn for all 4 of us?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll go find an acorn. Thank you. I guess she goes and looks around for an acorn.
Yeah, you find one. There's plenty of oak trees and stuff, and you come back with an
Why?
acorn.
I picked a very nice acorn.
Okay, is it like how fancy? Do you polish it?
Just there's no dirt on it. If it was
Okay,
on the
okay.
ground, it's a nice, not cracked or anything.
He'll hold out his hand, and if you give him the acorn, and he takes it, and he looks back up at you, and then he like points over there, and you guys turn around to look, and you're in Bitopia. Bitopia is a very odd place, as its ceiling is another ground. So you have like ground meeting together, and so you look up, and there's just like earth and mountains above you, as well as like all around you. There's rivers and stuff. You wouldn't know this particularly, but if you fly up high enough, all of a sudden, like you reach that threshold where gravity changes and you start falling towards the ceiling. And as you're looking out, you can see that although there are like a top and a bottom, and sometimes mountains connect, but there's a top and a bottom, the side is always open, and you see like the skyline goes on forever, just like at that horizon level. It's very odd. And I think that is where we will end tonight, as we have arrived in Bitopia.
I have one question for next week before we get there. So
Okay, what?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I have a question. I don't know that before I don't want to ask him, but
With the soul.
with
Yeah,
the
with the
soul.
soul.
Oh, yes. One
Sorry.
question left with the. Sorry, I thought you meant you had a question for me before we ended.
No. I have another Mimir question for next time too, potentially.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Oof.
Mimirs.
MVP of
I got to
the
start
season.
coming up with a fun Mimir voice and stuff, so I can answer some of those questions myself, rather than
Well,
not relying on tricks.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
That is amazing though.
his name was Jordan with a silent PH, and he knew so many things.
You could probably find an effect like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I could hack up the MP3s and make it myself. Yeah,
There
it'd
you
be
go.
fun.
Nice.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching for our awesome show. My name is Jordan. I'm with Silent PH. Let's go through and meet our wonderful players. Lex,
Ugh.
how was tonight's game of
Wow.
Zero Combat, but all epic lore?
So much role play. Oh, it was great. I mean, any session where you get to torture someone is a good session.
Yeah. Where can people
but-
find you? What's
yeah,
going on?
But I'm Lex. You can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons. On that Twitter profile, you will find a link tree that will link you to all the different projects that I do, which is lots of different RPG related projects. I publish some games, some music, some other things, and I've got a thing coming out tomorrow. So
If I wanted to subscribe and follow your itch.io page, how do I do that?
you can go to Itch and then
Said thing that
follow
might
me
or
on
might
there,
not
and
be
then-
allowed or arrive tomorrow.
Yeah, that's no, if you go to Itch, you can choose to follow me as a creator, and then you'll be notified when I put out new stuff. You can also follow me on Bandcamp, where I put out music occasionally, and I mean those are the main places.
Woo! LB, what's going on?
Hi, I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. The next time I'm going to be live is tomorrow night on LB Hackemup on the Twitters. Or I'm sorry, on the Twitches. And we're going to be playing some more of the Dark Anthology series. We are playing through the new Devil Inside Me game. And it's very spooky, very fun. No one's died yet, but boy, we might. Join me for that.
Awesome. Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel. You can find me on Twitch at Rachel Elizabeth, where I have mystery music because I've been playing D&D on the internet with my friends 3 times a week. I have my streaming schedule with all that information pinned on my Twitter, which is Rachel's Mess with a Z in the middle instead of an S. And tonight was fun. We got to torture a turtle. Except it wasn't a turtle anymore.
Yeah.
I grappled a turtle.
You grappled a turtle. That's what we. Yeah. That needs to be on a shirt. I grappled a turtle.
We could make that.
Banana bunch on the back. There we go. There's our merch. It writes itself. My name is Jordan with a silent PH in the middle. I was supposed to do a bunch of videos on actually prepping this game, but I think I've done 2 of the 5 games we've played, so I apologize for that. I do plan on getting back into that and actually doing some game prep, but if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it on my Patreon podcast, then you probably know who I am. Thank you so much for all of your support. Ted, who's at PAX eating a pizza?
I know.
What's going on?
I'm real bad because I went out for ramen earlier and I was so hungry I ordered a pizza. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys because I thought it was hilarious when I had to sign into my Zoom account because I hadn't signed in on my computer in a while. I had to do, like a CAPTCHA thing where you click the images, and I kid you not, it's one of those ones where it shows you an image and it's click all the ones with a thing in the similar thing in it, and it was a banana. It was click all of the bananas on screen, and I was like, this,
Fine.
you can't make this up. Anyway, my name is Ted, and I run this channel, Nerd Immersion, where I do all sorts of D&D related stuff. We're focusing heavy on the playtest stuff that just dropped today. Did a big live stream on that, so got full coverage there. Doing a lot of the Dragonlance stuff. And then again, yeah, I'm here at PAX, so I have some swag and stuff to give out, and might be doing some sort of get-together. But yeah, I had a blast. I'm glad we were able to make this work, even though it took a little bit longer than expected. I had to click all those bananas, But anyway, yeah, we will be back, and I'll be back in my normal setup next Thursday, where I don't know what we're gonna do, but we'll see. So, thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye.